Coach Smith, Walk and Talk. Today, I want to talk to you about your self-image, belief in yourself.
The Winning Edge.
You will never outperform your own self-image. You will never outperform your belief in yourself. When I was in 7th grade, my dad was a high school administrator. My mom was a teacher. I brought home a bunch of C's on my report card. My dad picked me up from school. I remember this like it was yesterday. Hopped in the car, we're driving home, and he says, "Hey, I looked at your report card. A lot of C's on there." I said, "Well, Dad, hey, C's are average, and I'm an average kid." So he pulls the car over, like jerked the car over, slammed on the brakes, side of the road. It kind of startled me. And he looked at me, and he pointed at me. He said, "Let me tell you something, son. You're not an average kid. You're an above average kid. And C's will not be acceptable in this household." Okay? I did not have an image of myself that allowed me to perform at a level higher than average. Now, I was not a Rhodes Scholar. What interested me more about school was participating in sports when I was growing up. But I was perfectly capable of getting B's, mixing a few A's. I think I graduated with a 3.0 out of high school, good enough to get into college. That's when I really started getting my grades up, by the way, when I went to college. And I think I got my grades up in college. This is very interesting. Looking back and analyzing all this stuff, I had a real arm injury as a quarterback at college when I was recruited to play football at Bowling Green. I had a real bad arm injury, and so I couldn't demonstrate my skills. It was very, very difficult. You can imagine arriving on full scholarship as a quarterback and you can't throw. It was a tendonitis situation. It eventually got better. It took a couple of years. But anyway, I was devastated. It was hard. Man, talk about, those injuries and pain that you have to experience in sports. But I think the mental pain sometimes is worse than the physical pain. The mental pain that I had to deal with. But you know what I did? I focused on my academics. I got straight A's my freshman year. And I think, looking back, the reason I did that is because it was something I could control. And I was desperate for something that I could control. And my academics were one of those things. I think that's what really drove me looking back on it. I didn't realize that at the time. Gosh, is this gorgeous? Really? This is just ridiculous. What a beautiful time of year. Out here with my buddy Gus, by the way. Just us, just getting after it, getting some exercise, keeping a clear head. But, point is, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you are worthy. And where's that come from? I remember my mom telling me I was always such a confident kid growing up, especially when it came to sports and socially, I was very confident. My mom told me one time that several of her friends have come up to her and they've asked me, "What do you do with Eric to make him such a confident young man?" Interesting. One thing I believe about confidence, obviously, is belief in self, right? But confidence is born out of preparation. It's born out of preparation. You prepare, you put the time in, you put the work in, you're earning the right to be confident. So put the work in, grow yourself, get a copy of my book, and spend the money, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. If you can't spend $20 on yourself to grow yourself, I can't help you. And if you spend that money, you're going to read it. That's why I don't give my book away anymore. Make people buy it. Tell them where they can go buy it. Because I know if I give it to them, they're not going to read it. They don't value it. But if they spend the money, they'll value it. Ownership. It's all ownership. So 3dcompetitor.com to get the book. If you're a quarterback, you want to put work in, or you need mental performance training, any athlete, anywhere, reach out to me. winningedgeskills.com or pick up the phone and call. Yours in success, Coach Smith, over and out.